All right, the programmable logical controller world is not over, but it is definitely changing. There are a lot of stuff happening. If I go over what happened over the last 3 months, the first quarter of 2026, I want to highlight just three things that have been happening in the PLC automation world. So, about training platforms, about troubleshooting tools, and also about programming platforms. Basically, all that progress is possible today thanks to AI, which is no wonder, but those ideas have been under reflection, under development, I think, for 10 or 20 years now. The only difference is that now we have the tool with AI to speed up all those development, to implement all those creative ideas, to make the PLC automation world more easy, I would say. It doesn't change the basically the electronics behind. It doesn't change the methodology or the way of programming electrical systems, but it changes the tools. That's what I want to say. It doesn't change the fields, like inherently what is behind the scenes stays the same, manufacturing, the machinery world, all of that, the hardware, the operation technology, all of that stays the same. The only thing that is changing now is the tooling, because now if you are a PLC engineer or if you are a system engineer, you're doing some work for a manufacturing technology, you have more leverage in your day-to-day activity. So first trend to follow about training platforms. You have training platforms like these. I will put the link in the description that you can use in order to basically skill up, to level up your skills. Previously, for those of you who have done this in the past, like me, we were all obliged to basically learn on the field. Like we learn by doing it, we learn by failing, by making mistakes, and um, now you have very nice training programs like this, which are developed by, of course, PLC engineers, but helped with AI. They have been able to set all of that up, and you can basically just use them. It's free, which is great. In the past, you had to go for very expensive trainings when you wanted to go deeper, but now you can have access to all of that for free. So really go for it. Like those of you who are getting started in the automation world, or those of you who are from the IT world and want to know more about the like machinery, hardware world, you can basically use those kind of tools. So this is the first trend, and those websites are plci.app and Easy PLC School. So that one is basically open source on GitHub, but both of them are very interesting. That's the first trend about training platforms. Another trend about troubleshooting tools. You have things like this, Snap PLC, which can help you to debug or troubleshoot your PLC. I've made one test here, so you upload a picture of your cabinet. You have here the system LEDs, or the lights, red and blue or green or whatever. And then based on this, and of course it will identify the brand of the PLC, the technology type, etc. It will give you a tentative or approximate root cause with a proposed solution. Of course, it's not perfect. You need to be an expert, which means you need to question what the tool will tell you, but it's really some interesting guidance when you're getting started on something totally new that you don't understand, or if you want to have confirmation on something, it's already good resource before calling the service support or before disturbing another colleague. Basically, you can already do a lot of stuff on your own with AI, and this is another free platform that you can use. This is called Snap PLC. That's the second trend about troubleshooting platforms. And then the last trend, number three, which is very interesting, about programming platforms. So I have let's say followed three platforms in the last few months that can be interesting for all of us PLC programmers or people who are doing engineering and manufacturing. Those tools can be interesting for them. So first is PLC Copilot. This is just a copilot that you can use, for instance, next to your Codesys environments, And if you have a question, or if you are developing something, it will directly tell you what can be wrong or what are the possible issues that are breaking your code. So it speeds up the debugging time. They've made one example here. Instead of taking 3 hours, it takes 8 minutes to debug with some guidance, which is great. So that's basically an add-on. It's not a full platform, but it's an add-on that you can use, like in the IT development world, when you have your Copilot with Claude, here you can use PLC Copilot. Second interesting tool, I will start with this one. The Accelera platform is a platform. In that one is really something that you can use to develop, but the new, I would say, offer with this platform is that you can take your functional design or your specification, and it will directly conclude from that specification. It will directly create and generate your code for a PLC, and it can even do it for DCS. Here are the brands that can be programmed with this tool. And if you just give your specification to Accelera, it will basically create your PLC code for you. That's very great because a lot of work, especially for greenfields, is based on specification. And when you are on very large project or even on a small project with a very detailed specification, you can now focus more on the actual specification than the design. This is interesting for two reasons. First, it helps everyone to be clear on the first initial specification. In the past, what happened is that you will have sometimes a specification that is not complete, or you won't even have any specification, and then the client will just ask you for one need, like either during a meeting or when you're making the field visits. He will just describe the need, and then you will manage to program it, right? But now, thanks to this kind of platforms, you can really focus on the specification, make them very detailed, very explicit for everyone, and it helps also for the validation phase. Like once the system is developed, it helps to basically speed up the testing phase, also the factory acceptance test, the site acceptance test, and it makes everyone's life easier. So with these kind of platforms, instead of focusing on the small debugging inside some IDE that no one understands, you can basically have a clear discussion with plain English with someone who knows what is inside the specification and what they expect. And even if they are not PLC programmers, but if they are just process engineers or even end users, you can have that discussion with them, and then the tool will take care of the rest. That's the second example in terms of programming platform. And then the third example is this one, which is called Chronax. Previously, it was known as iReflex, and it's also a platform for programming PLCs, but here they highlight the language. So here for Accelera, the initial input is a specification, and here for Chronax, the initial input is basically some software-oriented language that you can use to program a PLC as if you are programming any kind of software, which is great because then the potential users are, let's say, more basically it's more accessible to any kind of person who has been exposed to programming, to algorithms, to coding, and not only to PLC engineers, because to be honest, the world of PLC engineers is pretty narrow. And with those kind of let's say engineering platforms which can speak some real IT languages, you can now program a PLC even if you are just from the IT development world, which is great. Of course, there are additional features here, things that have been, let's say, improved or upgraded with AI, but the initial idea here is that you can basically write your code like this as a text or in a command line, and it will create the PLC language for you, and it can even download the compiled version inside your platform. Here you have all the platforms that can be used with that IDE. And basically Chronax, I would say, is an IDE for programming PLCs, but with the language of a software developer. Basically, that's it for the programming part. But just to summarize, we have a lot of progress in terms of training, a lot of progress in terms of troubleshooting, and of course, a lot of progress in terms of programming platforms. And I really invite you to follow what's going on in that automation world. You know, you can just subscribe to the channel and follow the newsletter or the technology reviews. If you didn't see the previous ones, you can basically go over the last 2 years by just following few videos, which is great. I'm trying frequently to do these kind of reviews for myself, of course, first, but also for you guys to share it with the public. And I think it's also a good way to discuss about what we think about the technology progress, about the um, yeah, what's changing, what is new, what is not new. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really interested if you guys have any follow-ups on that. And yeah, we see you in the next video.